One thing I'll never forget from that day was just the chaos. I was one of the senior non-commissioned officers there. Myself and Matt Gobble were wounded in the opening moments of the battle. A lot of these kids were 20. Most of them couldn't even buy a beer. And with the two leaders down, none of them missed a beat. They just went right to doing their job. These guys continued to stick their hands up over sandbags, jump on top of trucks to try and reload weapon systems in direct view. 49 of us, a lot of guys weren't separated by more than 20 yards. But everybody really only saw their small slice of the pie. Courage to me isn't the absence of fear, it's the ability to move forward in the face of it. Everybody feels it. It's not that it's not there, it's a choice to continue to move forward and do the right thing when maybe everything in your body's telling you not to. I think courage is all around us. We can look at anything from the civil rights movement, the AIDS movement in the 80s, the amount of courage it takes to go against, everybody else thinking something's right when you know that it's not. Peer pressure is not exclusive to younger generations. Sticking up for what you know is right, regardless of the repercussions around you, that's courage. That can even be in your community of sticking up for, maybe it's an underrepresented group or a group that does deserve some support. There's lots of ways that courage can be exhibited in everyday life. Courage can even be exhibited anywhere there's, I think, discomfort. It could be getting to know other cultures. I think one, and I guess I choose to look at it as courage, but I guess it's a little bit of compassion too. When my son was in daycare, they had a new student come into their class who had some physical and mental disabilities. And that can be scary for kids, right? Something that's different. They don't quite know, how to interact. And something that made me really proud as a dad is the teachers relayed to my wife and I later is that day at lunch, and my son left all his peers at his table, and this student had to eat in their assistive device, standing up at a higher point. My son moved his lunch over to eat lunch with this student so that they would feel included in part of the class, and that was something my wife and I always tried to, instill in them. And that was a 4-year-old, 3-year-old kid, kind of exhibiting courage, stepping outside his comfort zone to make somebody else feel included. I think we all feel fear. I've talked about it with the guys that I've served with. We felt fear at different times in combat. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the choice to move forward in the face of it and do the right thing regardless of the odds. It doesn't always just have to come from you, right? You can draw that strength from the people around you, and we can make each other better. I think about that day that I was in the battle and talk about courage. Courage was just guys choosing to do their job, when bullets are falling like raindrops, and everything in your body, however many thousands of years or millions of years of evolution are gonna say, probably flight, not fight in the situation. I think when we look at others and we see the courage that they exhibit, it's something for us to aspire to, because I certainly looked at what those guys that day, and I drew on their courage to be like, despite the fact that I was wounded, let's get back in the fight, this is gonna take all of us. And I think we made each other better.